There is a place in our solar system where the wind never stops. Not for a day, not for a century, not in 4.5 billion years. It has never known silence. It has never known calm. It is a world built entirely from violence, and it is beautiful. This is Neptune, the last giant, the dark sovereign at the edge of everything we call home. And if the solar system has a god of chaos, this is where it lives. Let's begin with a number, 30. As in 30 times farther from the sun than Earth. At that distance, sunlight is so thin, so exhausted by its journey, that standing on Neptune's cloud tops, if you could stand anywhere on Neptune's cloud tops, noon would look like a moonlit night on Earth, dim, cold, indifferent. The sun from Neptune is barely a bright star, just another point of light in an ocean of them. And yet Neptune rages. This is the first mystery, the first impossibility. A world this far from any heat source should be frozen into stillness, a dead, inert sphere drifting through the dark. Instead, Neptune generates its own internal heat, radiating more than twice the energy it receives from the sun. Something deep inside this planet is burning, churning. Something we do not yet fully understand is keeping this world alive, or at least angry. The winds on Neptune reach 2,100 kilometers per hour. 2,100 kilometers per hour. That is the fastest wind speed in the entire solar system, faster than any hurricane, faster than any jet. On Earth, a wind of 300 kilometers per hour tears buildings from their foundations, bends forests to the ground, rewrites coastlines. Neptune's winds are 7 times that speed, sustained, permanent, planetary. These are not gusts. This is atmosphere as war, endless, grinding, howling war. And at the center of it all, for a time, there was an eye. Scientists called it the Great Dark Spot, a storm the size of Earth, rotating counterclockwise in Neptune's southern hemisphere, a yawning black void set against that electric blue. An eye staring upward into the vacuum, an eye that seemed to watch. When Voyager 2 flew past in 1989, it was there, vast, brooding, ancient-looking. When the Hubble Space Telescope looked again 5 years later, it was gone, vanished, as if Neptune had simply blinked. New storms form, old ones disappear. This world does not hold its wounds for long. We have only ever visited Neptune once. Once in all of human history, across all of our telescopes, satellites, and spacecraft, one probe has made the journey. Voyager 2, launched in 1977, spent 12 years crossing the solar system before it reached Neptune on August 25, 1989. It had roughly 6 hours of close flyby time, 6 hours to see a world up close that no human eye had ever witnessed and that no human instrument has returned to since. Think about what that means.
Think about the patience of the scientists who built that mission, who aimed a car-sized machine at a point in space where a planet would be 12 years into the future, who watched it arc through the cosmos, past Jupiter, past Saturn, past Uranus, and then, finally, watched it skim the cloud tops of Neptune at 61,000 kilometers per hour, cameras spinning, antennas pointed home. The images took over 4 hours to reach Earth, traveling at the speed of light. What came back changed everything. We saw the Great Dark Spot. We saw cloud formations of startling white methane ice streaking like sea foam across a dark ocean. We saw Triton, Neptune's largest moon, a frozen volcanic world orbiting backwards, almost certainly a captured object from the Kuiper Belt, a visitor that Neptune's gravity seized and never released. Triton is dying. It spirals inward by a fraction of an inch every year. In approximately 3.6 billion years, it will cross the Roche limit, the point where tidal forces overcome its own gravity, and it will be torn apart. Neptune will wear its moon as a ring. Even Neptune's companions are not safe from Neptune.
Beneath those clouds, things become stranger still. Drop deep enough into Neptune, past the howling upper atmosphere, past layers of water, ammonia, and methane compressed into something neither liquid nor gas, something we call an ice giant, though ice is almost the wrong word, and you reach conditions that exist nowhere else in the known universe within your arm's reach. At pressures millions of times greater than Earth's atmosphere, methane breaks apart. Carbon atoms are stripped free, and those carbon atoms, crushed and heated, do what carbon does under enough pressure. They become diamonds. It rains diamonds on Neptune, not metaphorically, not poetically. Actual diamonds crystallizing from the carbon-rich interior, sinking slowly through the pressure gradient toward a rocky core. Some models suggest a layer of liquid diamond near Neptune's center, with solid diamond icebergs floating on top. There is a sea of diamonds at the bottom of this world, and no one has ever seen it, and perhaps no one ever will. Neptune was discovered by mathematics before it was discovered by telescope. In 1846, astronomers noticed that Uranus wasn't moving quite right. Its orbit was wrong, subtly, persistently wrong. Something was pulling at it, something unseen. Two mathematicians, Urbain Le Verrier in France and John Couch Adams in England, independently calculated where an unknown planet would have to be to cause exactly that deviation. Le Verrier sent his coordinates to the Berlin Observatory. On the very first night they pointed their telescope at his predicted location, they found Neptune, within 1 degree of where mathematics said it would be. We found a world with a pencil and paper. There is something almost unbearably human about that, something defiant. We could not travel there, we could not see it, but we could think our way to it, reason our way through the dark, reach out with pure logic, and find something that had been orbiting the sun since before life existed on Earth. Neptune had completed only 1 full orbit since its discovery. 1 year on Neptune lasts 165 Earth years. When it was found in 1846, it was just beginning a new journey around the sun. It completed that journey in 2011. We have known this planet for less than one of its years. We talk about space exploration as if it is something we have done, as if we have seen the solar system, understood it, mapped it, and filed it away. But Neptune sits at the edge of our neighborhood, utterly unexplored, violently alive, raining diamonds into a sea no probe has ever reached, spinning storms the size of planets into existence and swallowing them whole. We are 4.5 billion years into this solar system's life, and we have looked at our outermost giant for, at best, 6 hours. There is a version of the universe where that is humbling, where it reminds us that curiosity is not a destination, but a direction, where the darkness at the edge of our reach is not a wall, but a door. And somewhere beyond that door, Neptune turns, slowly, blindly, generating heat from some ancient, unknown source, tearing its own atmosphere apart and rebuilding it, pulling Triton into an embrace that will, one day, end in beautiful destruction. It does not know we are watching. It does not care. It was here before us, and in all likelihood, it will be here long after the last human eye goes dark. The wind never stops. It never stops.